There it is.
Chilliwack, BC. From the highway, it might seem quiet, quaint.
Yeah, we know it's kind of a stinky town, with all the farming. Yeah, guilty as charged. But turn north or turn south and see what it's got going on.
From its farmland tapestry, a newly revived downtown neighborhood, to apartments springing up. Locals say this Fraser Valley city, quietly developing for decades, is now booming.
It's a little astounding how much and how quick the growth came.
From 2016 to 2021, Chilliwack became Canada's second fastest growing census metropolitan area. Data shows that before 2010, the amount of people who moved from within BC to Chilliwack made up about 25% of its population. Now that's increased to more than 50%.
2, 1, go!
I never thought we would end up here. I always thought, oh, that's, a small town, very little opportunity.
Some, like Hillary Fortin, are leaving bigger cities for more affordable housing. Since becoming new parents and moving just under a year ago, Hillary and her husband were able to buy a home after more than 16 years of renting in Vancouver. Daycare and gas also cost them far less.
I came here with the intention it was going to be a more affordable place where I could offer a better life for my son, more bang for your buck.
She's also found a major sense of community here in District 1881. New shops, offices, restaurants that have been transformed and revitalized downtown. It all inspired Hillary to open her own pop-up shop to support community vendors.
Hey, come in.
Just kind of having this amazing connection with these people who make up Chilliwack.
For Hillary, the move has also been a full circle moment, returning to her parents' roots. They left Chilliwack in the 90s and raised Hillary in Metro Vancouver with hopes of her building a more fulfilling life. But
sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and that big city life isn't always going to be the way that it is.
For Hillary and her husband, longer commutes to work in Burnaby and Vancouver is one sacrifice.
Oh.
That's not the case for this family. Permanently working from home means James Narway only has to drive to Vancouver once or twice a year now.
I've got the greatest commute in the world. Get out of bed, see the kids to school, and just basically head downstairs and start working. So it's definitely allowed us a lot more space.
They moved to Chilliwack from Maple Ridge in 2020. Afia Raja studied 5 years of migration in Chilliwack with her students at UFV. She says the pandemic was another major factor in Chilliwack's growth.
Online work, remote work, telecommuting, all of that gained popularity. They were interested in bigger houses, bigger lots, bigger backyards.
Yeah, so the change is massive. The change is big.
And with new migration, she says there were also interesting demographic shifts. Chilliwack is becoming much more multicultural. The South Asian population doubled, followed by the highest increases in Chinese, Black, and Filipino residents.
Overall, the ethnic makeup, the growth, the age segments in any city would result in the kind of housing that you need there, the services that you need, health care that you need.
Experts say as the cost of living and unaffordable housing especially make urban centers like Vancouver less desirable, more people are calling mid-sized cities home, especially in the Fraser Valley. Now, of course, growth doesn't come without growing pains.
Prices of houses have gone up on our street.
Traffic. A real uptick in traffic.
The revitalization of downtown, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's scared a lot of people. Yes, we know. It scared a lot of people that the small town feel was completely gone.
We're still holding on to the core of our agricultural heritage, but a lot of it's changing around the margins, for sure.
Now, 67% of Chilliwack's land base is reserved for agriculture only, and that makes it tougher for wider development. So the city is prioritizing on building up. The city says with more growth, it could also become harder to find land to expand schools. And new for this year, Chilliwack also saw the highest property tax hike in decades to support its infrastructure. But if you compare a similar home in these BC cities nearby, Chilliwack still has the lowest property tax. From new people to To new developments, Sarah Toop, a longtime resident and realtor, says a new fun and revived atmosphere in town continues to attract more people.
Chilliwack is exploding. In my career of 13 years, there's been probably over 1,500 sales.
And 700 of them she did just in the last 3 years alone. It's a big change from when her family settled as dairy farmers in 1873.
This town is a lot more fun than when I grew up. I think that everyone is just starting to realize the beauty of our town. Don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge Chilliwack by the highway.
Chilliwack's population is projected to reach about 132,000 by 2035, growing 2% per year. The mayor says, yes, there's challenges, but many new priorities too. From more housing, new mall additions, more manufacturing jobs like a new Red Bull headquarters, to a $35 million expansion on their wastewater plant.
Of course there's going to be hiccups. That's just life. It's going to happen that way. But at the end of the day, I think we've done a hell of a job here.
And as more call Chilliwack home, he says the goal remains to stay ahead of the growth. Baneet, Braich, CBC News, Chilliwack.